Hey there folks, it's Eric from Belgrade Beat on the Streets once again. It's May of 2023 and I have not made a video on this channel like this since last October. And the reason is because I no longer live in Serbia as my base, as my main base. The Republic of Serbia, I no longer have residence here, and I have set up a base in the Kingdom of Thailand. And I've spent most of the last months here, and then I came to Europe and of course to my European base of Belgrade in March, at the end of March, and basically I went on tour all around the Balkans and Germany with one of my favorite bands called Shock, and my band Eric and the Worldly Savages. So that was the month of April. It was all about that, and that was very interesting and invigorating. And then after that tour, I came back to Belgrade because I still maintain a city residence here and the house in the countryside in Shumadia. So those two places are still here in the city, but you know, like most of my stuff, you know, like is going on in Thailand these days. I'm going to Thailand next weekend, actually, like in June. And I would say the main reason for this change is like weather. I mean, since October, it's been really damn cold in Serbia by my standards. Now, some people might say, oh yeah, but you know, I love winter or whatever like that. I don't. It's not for me. I like beautiful days like this one, where you can walk outside and get exercise and not have to worry about it. So that's pretty much the main reason why I've shifted my base to Thailand. I'm living on an island called Koh Phangan. Here I have like the countryside, and I also have like the city. On that island I have kind of like the best of both worlds in one. So it's like, it's kind of hard to find that balance here, because I'm going from one place to the other, and like you know, the big busy city. I mean, yeah, you do have all of these green spaces like Kalamigdan, where I'm walking into now, but at the same time, like the countryside of Shumadia is just amazing. When I'm there, I just feel so good in my house there in the countryside. So I've mostly this month, when I was in Serbia, I think I spent actually about the same amount of time there in Belgrade and at the house in Shumadia. But every time I have to sort of like rent a car to get there, it's a bit of a hassle. And yeah, I don't know, just the fact that I'm set up now in Thailand with my house there on the island, got my motorbike, can go anywhere. The one big disadvantage of Thailand, I think, is the danger of the roads. And well, you might not see it immediately appearing on my face. I had a really bad accident falling off my bicycle in Thailand in December, and it was really I don't know, a hard thing to go through. Like some of my teeth like fell out, and they had to put them back in and wire them. I don't know, like it was like crazy. So that's the big disadvantage. And you know, like I kind of miss being a part of a society, because in Thailand I will always be a foreigner. Whereas here in Serbia, I felt like, you know, I can fit in. I can be a part of like the culture, the language, the city, whatever it is. I could fit in here somehow. Whereas in Thailand, I'll be a gringo forever, and that's it. But I think it's worth it. Just to not have to experience like cold weather, winter, because like, yeah, today it's nice and warm. It's getting nice and warm. It's going to be 27 today, finally. But you know, the month I was here, like because of the tour with Culture Shock, I was here like at the end of March, and you had days like this in the daytime. It was warm, nice, but then it got really fucking cold. It was April 4th was the day we went on tour. It was snowing when we were leaving Belgrade, like a proper snowstorm. And being from Canada, leaving that place, optimizing the world. Like I can no longer do it in winter because like with remote working, with my success in my remote working business, I can no longer actually justify being in a place where it's too cold to be outside, because I just like have such a much better time for my mental and physical health and happiness when I can go outside. So that's a big reason why I no longer am a resident of Serbia. There's a bunch of like more boring reasons, like in terms of like I didn't like how the bureaucracy here was treating me, and then I no longer have to pay taxes here, so that's a benefit. That stuff is boring. But yeah, so how does it feel to be back here in Belgrade after spending 6 months in Thailand, after going on this tour around the Balkans and Germany? How does it feel? Pretty strange. And May was the month I was supposed to be here and reconnect to this place, but the weather was not great, and you had this shooting in the schools, which I found out about because I was riding my bicycle around the city around 9 a.m. that day, and I saw a bunch of ambulances like rushing to the scene, and I followed them and saw a bunch of police with guns and helmets and bulletproof vests standing outside the school, and I was like, oh shit, this looks bad. And it is bad. And it kind of like brings to the surface a lot of the shit that this country still has to deal with, and everybody knows this. Like it's not a happy place in general, Serbia. It's not like a place where everything's happy. And Thailand is where I live now. In Thailand, it is pretty happy. The complexity of the emotional landscape of Serbia is something that really drew me into living in this country previously. And at this point, I don't really know how much more I can learn from this like Serbian misery, how to say, if I'm going to be honest. I've definitely learned a lot about enjoying life from Serbian people, like living in this country, enjoying life, being who you are, and just like not making any excuses for it, and just wanting to make the most of every day because you don't know what tomorrow will bring. And so it's very nice to start this season of being outside in the nice 4 or 5 months that you have here every year. But the city changed a lot. Like I feel like the challenges with cost of living, like the pizza slice that used to be 100 dinars and then went up to 120, 140, 180, is now 300 dinars. And so I wonder how the local people deal with that. I mean, it's horrible what's happening to the cost of living. And the sort of like level of modernization, Americanization, kind of epitomized by the Belgrade waterfront project. I don't know. It's kind of where I'm tapping out on this whole thing, because Belgrade used to be a really cheap and cool city with a like artistic flair, and it's gotten a lot less cheap and a lot less cool. And so the types of people, like artists and musicians, that would previously find this place attractive will no longer do that. They'll go somewhere else where it's like cheaper and cooler, because like this place has been like, it's all about these new developments. It's all about like getting money. It's all about all this sort of stuff. The vibe of the city has changed, definitely. And a lot of people I know have left because of that, or want to leave. Groceries are cheaper in Germany right now if you go to the supermarket than they are in Serbia. Rent in Berlin is cheaper than it is in Belgrade right now, apparently. Stuff like that. So how is this place going to define itself for the next sort of period of its development as a city? Is it just trying to attract like rich Russians and Chinese people, and that's going to be it? It's kind of sad, you know, like, but it is what it is. Yeah. Me personally, like, I busted my ass for the last few years and started a business that gives me lots of money and stuff like that. So I don't really fear the cost. I just fear the vibe change to the city, like, that money brings. Because the cultural happenings are not catching up with the amount of change that the sort of like money thing is bringing. So yeah, I don't want you guys to think that I'm really down on Belgrade or that I don't like the city anymore. No, this is still a city I love, and this is still a place where I will keep a base, and it's a big part of who I am, and definitely like how I grew up as an adult, moving here at the age of 25 and finding myself as a man here, finding myself as an entrepreneur, getting my feet wet as an expat living in another country and all that sort of stuff. It's like, it's a part of who I am. But, you know, like things like the Belgrade waterfront have little to do with the city I fell in love with. And yeah, the two things that I always say, like, we're not moving forward in my life in Belgrade were the music scene and the dating scene. Like, basically, like, the music scene here leaves so much to be desired. And maybe if the weather here was like this year round, so you can walk around outside and enjoy a nice time outside, I would be here for the long haul and really struggle to make like a music scene with world music and eclectic stuff that I really enjoy. But since I'm only here, I really feel that the island of Thailand is a better place for what I'm trying to build for that. And then that brings me to Serbian women, which is in fact what made this channel popular. I guess the most popular video, why are Serbian women so beautiful? I always thought that I should make a follow-up video to that, is like, why are Serbian women so crazy? And it rings true because I didn't manage to find the type of relationship that I wanted here in Serbia with Serbian women. I found other stuff with Serbian women, it was interesting, but we were not on the same level, let's say. And at this point, I really want to like have children. Like that's my thing as a man now. I want to have children. I'm 40 years old now. I want to have children with somebody who has done a lot of work on themselves to be ready for that. And I don't really see that opportunity here. Serbian women have their mentality. The gender way men and women treat each other here is quite complex and interesting, but also a bit sad and tragic. And how they, yeah, I don't know. That whole story didn't evolve as much as, for example, if I lived in Slovakia, I would have, or Poland or Ukraine. Well, Ukraine now is another story, but yeah. It's just a different sort of vibe with women and men, the relationships they want to have. And it's not for me and my mentality, these types of relationships. So I didn't really, well, Serbian women are very, very beautiful. Yes, they are. Oh my God, they are so beautiful. I didn't find my match here in the number of years that I lived here, and I don't know, that's probably a lot more to do with me than it is to do with them, but something didn't click there, and that's all I have to say about that. So I'm not down on Belgrade. I still love the city. I still love to be here. I'm really enjoying this morning walk here in Kalemegdan. But I just wanted to update you guys on what the reflection is and why I'm mostly in Thailand now. You can check out my channel, Rising Nomad, which will fill you in a lot more about the lifestyle in Thailand that I'm living, and the sorts of like community members, the people that I hang out with there and stuff like that, and how there's a little bit more possibility for me there to build something, especially since I like the warm weather year round. So thanks a lot. Belgrade Beat. Going back to Thailand next weekend, and I'll be back here in July a bit and in August a bit, to enjoy the Serbian summer. So I'll catch you guys later. Thanks a lot. And let me know below in the comments what you think about my insights and any questions you might have. I'll catch you later.